Right then, smash it. Let's get that good drive away. Oh, that is beautiful. Always better in Spain. Right guys, welcome to a brand new lesson, and today we're going to be talking about a concept, one that I was discussing with one of my lessons, and actually my dad the other day when I went for a lesson and was hitting some balls, because I was finding that I was starting to get a little bit too much shape on my driver and a little bit too much shape on my irons. I was starting to get a little bit too slicey. Now I do like to fade the golf ball, but I was seeing that it was starting to just get a little bit out of hand. And what we discussed was our swing line versus our target line. So just take a minute, have a think about what I'm trying to talk to you about here. So swing line versus our target line, because sometimes people get them a little bit confused. They think they're both the same thing, and that can cause a few problems. Now, as you can see here, I've got a fantastic setup. I mean, I'm so proud of how I've done this. This noodle looks quality. And then, as you can see here as well, I've also got a white cane there that is just running parallel a little bit outside of my ball to target line. So the first one, the target line. Now the target line is where we want our ball from position A to finish in position B. So it might be, let's take a dead straight fairway, we aim our ball straight down the middle of the fairway, that would be position B there, and our ball to target line would just be a straight line. Now if we're shaping it, we'd want to move it back onto that line as we finish, but imagine just drawing a chalk line straight down the fairway, and that would be the ball to target line. And you could almost imagine it running back out towards the camera. So if this extended back out here, it would hit pretty much the lens of the camera there. Then this noodle is representing a bit of my swing line, because what I was noticing with a few of my lessons, especially revolving around the club face, they were actually making pretty good golf swings sometimes, but what we were seeing, and I fell into this trap a little bit the other week, I was trying to keep my face too square towards my target line the whole time. So as I was making golf swings, I would be pretty good, but subconsciously, because I was trying to see that the club face now would actually stay square towards this target line, my brain started to actually move my swing direction a little bit more from out to in, because I was thinking, right, keep that look in there, imagine that I'm pointing my face all the way down. If I came from the inside and did that, actually made a normal golf swing where I was just tracking from inside slightly and tried holding the face, I'd hit massive pushes, or I'd hit massive push slices, which obviously wouldn't be a good thing. So my brain subconsciously started to almost auto-correct what I was doing without me knowing. I was thinking, I'm striking it well, you know, and it's working well. And from what I saw from my lessons as well, they were making some good golf swings. And then all of a sudden, you know, having a little bit of a chat about why are you trying to swing here? And well, I'm just trying to swing in a straight line. And obviously, if we think about every golf club in our bag, none of them sit perfectly vertical. We don't have a golf club that sits like that. Well, I've not seen one yet, but what we see is something that each club actually sits on an angle there. So it would actually dictate the plane of how that wants to go. And if we think of this straight line, I'm not here on that line now. If I was working my golf club out there, I'd have to basically work it up and down, and it just wouldn't be a functioning golf swing. What I'd actually want to do is let the club swing in the way it's designed to swing, so actually let it work around my body and get more of this sort of arcuate motion. And then I'd want to see that my face is actually staying square to the arc, not square to my target line. So what I like to do with my students then, and what I was trying to feel a little bit more with Dad, was just trying to play a little bit more of a draw. But what I was saying to some of my students the other day when I had this noodle down with them, I said, imagine this almost being a big circle. Draw for me a circle around your body, because we know circles aren't straight. We know that there's something like this, it's not going to be straight up. So straight away, when I was telling a few of my students, right, come on, let's draw a circle that goes behind us in the backswing, comes back to the golf ball, and then draw the same circle on the other side. What I started to notice was that we were getting more of a path now that started to really neutralize out, and what they were saying was they were getting this sensation that the face was no longer being held for a long time, that it was just not really being worried about in the backswing. As it was coming in, it just felt like it was turning over a little bit more naturally and actually rolling over and getting a little bit what they thought was shut. But actually it's just square to the arc but close to the target line, because again, once the club works back inside on the arc, it does, we don't want to see it here. We want to see that it starts to release over. So if you're someone who's been trying to keep your club face square to the target the whole time, I'd suggest getting a foam noodle and having this little bit of a setup down at your next practice session. Have a cane that is just outside and parallel to your ball to target line, then have this noodle that you can see quite clearly is curved. It's not straight, it's curved. And I want you to imagine that you're swinging the golf club now. It goes back in and comes back in, hits the golf ball. Now for a brief second, the face will be looking at target and be square to the target, but then when it tracks the noodle again this way, it would be looking left. For me as a right-handed player, it would look left of my target. So I'd be here, feeling this circular motion a little bit more around my body, as opposed to trying to keep it straight and seeing that I'm getting quite a lot of slice, either one that starts left and works to the right, or the one that would be a bit of a push slice. So take this setup, and for me, even now as I do it, it still feels a little bit alien at the moment, because I've just been getting a little bit too much across it this way. Actually making some golf swings here and letting the club work on the arc it's intended to feels a bit strange, but when I do, and I actually let the club swing how it's built, that would be the perfect draw there, about 2 yards draw on it. Lovely strike, straight down the middle of the fairway. So a bit of a concept video more today. This lesson has been more about stopping the face trying to stay square to the target line the whole time, but actually staying square to our swing arc. We want to see that we're painting the circle around us a little bit more, instead of trying to hold the face to the target. Let it release, let it stay square to your arc, and you should see that you're starting to get rid of that dreaded slice. So guys, comment down below, is that what you thought that was going to be coming from this video? Did you enjoy it? Also, has it helped you out at all? And also, what else do you want to see from the channel in terms of lessons moving forwards? Remember, if you want me to be your golf coach, do remember to hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell notification, and don't miss any future lessons. A big thank you to Lacala for having me out this week. It's gorgeous as ever. It's raining at home. I think I might just stay here and make videos for the rest of my life. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next lesson.